moment.
Go hard, don't go home, because the playoffs are right around the corner, just a couple of days out now, media day tomorrow, and then we start.
Ha-ha!
Don't have to start throwing around language like that. So here we are, complexity, CT side, and everyone's got armor. Also, G2, everyone's got armor. There's no util in this pistol. That's what Counter-Strike's all about. Get the util gone, and it's just an aimed all in mid with Nico opening up.
Yeah, this should be pretty much done. There's really nothing to talk about that pistol. That's just a brawl in middle. It decided everything.
I love it. I love everything. I love that they don't buy any util, because we all agree util is like the worst.
It's for the weak.
Yeah, exactly.
It's for the weak.
I'm so glad we're all on the same page.
Imagine thinking JT and G2 won this round.
Oh, JT and Elige. JT and Elige. Ellie Giggle laughing all the way to the bank. Elige and JT.
Cole came shooting today. No doubt about it. G2 got a plant. That's all they ever wanted. They got a force buy. It was it was tactical. They throw the pistol. Yeah, but for whom?
Instead of Halzerg. Halzerg lines up two. The flop goes soft, and now Nico trying to spearhead this push, but that smoke drops in one step too far for Nico. He is big. It could just end this before it even becomes a problem. A well-placed nade would get rid of Nico, and Dodge having to play out the 2v1, but the nade is not well placed. Nico given a chance here, swinging out. JT will deal with him.
That's Nico right there. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's G2.
I love it.
This is exactly the right call. Full buy, round 3, run it back, keep the pressure on.
Push towards closed doors, and Elige can't get away. Smoke fades. Great timing for Hooksy.
There's two more in mid. They're going to crunch together. Hooksy gets caught, not looking anywhere. Nico will have to trade. And there's more where that came from, potentially. Nico unwavering.
With an SMG, that's not a fun fight.
Oh.
Ripped off.
He's back.
Trading in middle. Nico establishing some dominance. And that's it. Save the weapons.
And they get upgrades as well from the Galils. Back to 2 M4s set out after that pistol round. And even an exit to boot. Unnecessary fighting here for Cole. Would love to just see them full save. You get so little.
X7's more desperation. Hunter.
They have nade down. He's walked past one. Grim?
This can't be real.
Oh my God.
Are we living in a nightmare? Hello? Hunter? Okay. Halzerg, at least he finally kind of regains a bit of control.
What's Grim doing? He's lining up a one-way. He's ready.
That. Where's Elige playing with the shotty?
Mid. Have him here anymore. He's starting to leave now. All the util comes over. The A play is called, but G2 is still applying pressure over at B, and so for Floppy, he's all alone in this endeavor. No kills for the flop. One from Halzerg, a leg to Elige.
Swing. Someone swing wide for me. Nice shot. Just an elbow that he rips off.
Max 7 and a dream.
No way.
Oh,
That's the Max 7 right there. 20 damage.
Here we go. On.
Ooh, fast towards dark with m0NESY scoped on it on the AWP. This is looking like it's going to have some tempo on it.
Dude, this is so much pressure to apply this early. Like, this has got to make complexity so nervous. Grim gets taken down, goes for a little investigation. JKS is going to eat the nade, but Nico's got another. That's the third player that shifted over towards B. And a little bit of a brawl as they come through the smoke as well, and Elige has that.
Yeah, Nico spamming while Hooksy goes through, trying to offer some supportive fire. Almost gets that. Oh, he does the second time. Nico's just spamming smokes and racking up kills in this round. 2v2 now. m0NESY's patience pays off. Pressure on his shoulders. He'll give it a go. He'll try and find a 1v1. m0NESY hiding out on the pillar. Undetected. That's a...
together.
We all have the shared experience.
How running is his nose, Harry? Should we get into detail?
We should send someone in to find that out.
I think Trace is going to have a breaking news at halftime on the snot degrees of Nico.
It's not degrees.
AT, m0NESY might have a kill.
Oh, JT.
He burned. He didn't tick. Hunt had no idea.
And m0NESY had just given up the angle to come support over towards A.
They better molly Floppy, but he has the molly. Oh, well, the swing comes in, NA peek, and it comes out with a kill. Still going to be JKS trading, though. 3 on 4. G2 have a man in mid, Hooksy.
Yeah, but he didn't use the smoke. He put up the smoke towards Akon. Gonna cross over, not gonna make it, and Elige is there inside the bomb site to stop JKS. So this one peters out for G2. No real danger, no real power behind any of these hits.
Yeah, there's 3 different places you can be seeded in those playoffs. Okay, bit of aggression here, but the AWP is ready. Challenging this early. You get what you pay for. m0NESY gets a double kill, and JKS trades that A main push. It's all worthwhile. G2 red carpet rolled out.
That's a push that 9 did to Complexity on day 1 of this event. That works.
It comes around and he bashes you with the AWP.
But it's not m0NESY. It's not m0NESY.
m0NESY sounds more threatening.
It's m0NESY.
That's a disgusting clear from Nico.
Oh, they might even remove the AWP. Halzerg, buddy. Halzerg holds on. One more from the B site. Hunter, will he get revenge? Just a second too late.
Never forget.
He's down at 8th with 1.32. How's that for a big number?
Ooh! Pretty large, pretty sizable, but not as big as this from Elige. A huge double over in mid, and maybe a catastrophe in wait for G2 as Halzerg gets that trade in main. This one falls to a 2v4 for G2 to try scurry their way through.
G2 are favorites right now. It's Nico and m0NESY. They want to search, and there are guns available.
Yeah.
But Nico's just getting here. The timing is a bit awkward. They clear it, they leave. Oh, Nico. Oh, this is the kill, though. It's near one tapped again.
It's way too long to just be sat there and expect like no shift, no movement. Nico had the right idea, right? Like come investigate the guns, see if they're going to try and pick some up. But
Nico, don't do this little walk up. Don't do this strut and then not even attempt it.
Frag out.
This isn't just peacocking. He wants to give it a go, but they've whittled him down. They don't finish him off, and now he's got his way to the plant. Running at him is JT.
What a good double kill to get close mid to start the round, all on your own against 2.
B-pick.
Yep, they've done this once before.
And the temple smoke just isolates. If you want to hold long, you got to hold it from plat, from dark. So m0NESY, oh, he turns away, looking close, and Grim clears him. Nico, he's an AWPer today.
Yeah, he's had to pick this up a number of times you don't normally see from Nico. JKS going to try and lurk behind this A smoke, trying to get into position to provide something to his team. Gets aggressive, finds one, traded immediately. Complexity is being very proactive on shifting out of mid to protect the extremities and protect the bomb sites. And now it's just Elige.
A lot to do, and the paranoia of middle as well. G2 throw nades from A. They're waiting for this reaction. They're going to get it. Nico hits his AWP shot. Elige on the chopping block can only take one, and G2 trade their way to a plant.
Yeah, Hooksy going to have the bomb plant here. Grim won't really be able to stop it. Nico moving in. Won't check for this, and so that one is free. Grim dropping the AWP, not to be honest.
I don't know, I don't look that cool with a mustache. I'm closer to like a derpy little Mario. Well, we did Movember one year, and I went and had we shaved the mustaches, and I went and had breakfast with Henry the next day at the hotel, and he just started laughing as soon as I sat down. Didn't even say a word. I can't pull off the mustache.
That's never good, is it? No. Not even a word said, just laughed.
And then I went to E-League after that, and we were going to be on American television. The producers said, "You're shaving that, right?" And I was like, "Well, I wasn't going to, but I guess I have to."
All right, I get it. No one likes the mustache. Fine. Oh, over at main, Flop will get stopped. Hooksy brings him to his knees, but trapped in main is Hooksy.
It's over. It's done. It's Jova. Cole have trapped to the bomb. It is Jova. There's no getting out of this one. Unless...
Oh, Nico with a deagle whiff. Oh, where have I seen this before?
Wow.
And there's the bomb dropped. Nico...
Then it a problem?
No, it should be barely a problem, right? One kill for Halzerg.
Their game plan looked really good opening up. Fast pressure in dark, fast pressure at B main, and none of that has worked. And even now towards the A-bomb site, so they've had a lot of issues, G2, finding success in these past like 4 or 5 rounds. Like they don't even really have anything, like step 1 is just failing across the board. So gonna try and stick together a few of the 3 remaining rounds after this. 2 remaining rounds after that.
Come on. Nico 1v5. This is what we're here for.
Okay.
Chill.
Well, you can't count him out of it.
This is a crazy double peak. He's
I'll buy you a Prince skin if he gets that.
All right, go on then. Let's go. Let's go, Jason. Let's go. I'll take it.
That.
Here we are. Nico, 1 kill to the good. Oh, bloody. I don't know, man. It's too much. Too much hair. Too much damn hair. Always just flowing around. Hunter, take a look at this. Speaking of flowing, straight in through dark, straight to his death, of course, as Grim is holding on to it. Wouldn't want to fall prey to this fast dark play twice. HooXi.
Hello?
HooXi. Given a chance. Grim burning, toasty hot, but still, Elysia's going to come in through the back line. It is a complete and utter slaughter outside of this piece.
I don't know how Kolov won this round. I have no idea. They've met fire with fire. Grim with some almost awful, but actually fantastic cover. And
Canals, like, do they have someone watching it? And probably with the calls.
On CT side Anubis, impressive stuff. We've had some ferocity from Nico in this map. Otherwise, pretty uneventful game for G2. m0NESY with a couple of nice shots, but where are the rest of the gang? And where are the rounds for G2? Running out of time now. Got some util, not a lot. JT cooking. Oh, Elige caught aggressive with that second orb. m0NESY will find him on the B push. G2 even have mid-room. They can split this site soon.
Yeah, they're loving this now with the Elige information, right?
The one thing that's weird here is it looks like G2 are about to pounce for an A split. But the bomb's still back outside of B, so they're going to have to change this on the fly, especially as the A kill don't come their way. HooXi round hinges on him, not doing that, but that's what happened. And so now m0NESY not able to trade this. Nico's going to get 1 for free over in middle, so still has legs on it yet, does this round. Grim with that swing.
Interested, but he's taking too long. 25 seconds to clear. Dead positions, and it's dark he's got to worry about. Can he win this to close the half? Doesn't look like it, as Complay1 gets into playoffs this season.
Did someone say inseminating?
That's one hell of a crosshair, J-Raz. Don't know what you've done with that one. Look at these. Oh, we've got the pros crosshairs.
We got their crosshairs.
Yeah.
All right, Hunter. Ooh, tiny crosshair.
Green.
It's so small. And JT will reply.
What does he say?
So now the bomb is down. Halzerg has no crosshair.
What the hell?
I'm leaning in.
Halzerg can barely even see it. And Nico will tap him out.
That's
it's
a real
just
crosshair.
JT.
Any more? I've never heard Jason laugh. I've never heard him laugh like that.
No, whenever Jason gets going, it always sends you, man. It's a guaranteed fail-safe free laugh. It's a free one. Here we are, G2.
Do you have your fail-safe word, or?
There you go. There's another one.
Yeah,
there's another.
We can keep cooking.
But G2, they've been dominant thus far, right? They've been kind of picking up a bit of steam in this second half. And if they can stick the landing here in the force buy, then maybe it's Jova for Cole. Let's see. Mid control taken. And a 3-2 split between the B and the A site respectively leaves Nico and old mate JKS up against it.
Ooh, Hunter's getting frisky. Taken down by Floppy. Oh, that's an incredible first dink. With the Galil as well, making it look stylish. Quick drop down in towards Dark. It's only HooXi to defend. He's made it to the back of the bomb site. He's made it to an off angle, and they're going to jump right around it. That, you know, that angle always feels strong in the moment, and then it doesn't feel strong in the fight.
You can always cross the pillar so quick, you feel like you're safe, and then boom, they're behind cover, and they've got info. Nico, does he clear this? It looks like he wants to, but he's not going to, as Floppy edges out a third.
What a round from Floppy.
Yeah.
Good though. It's like drinking a perfume. You know, we've all secretly wanted.
That's how Harry got thrown out of the airport. They said, "I know it's free, but it's only a taste test."
Oh god. All right, back to the action.
Probably.
Molotovs being deployed by Complexity. G2's all in here. Tough route for them as they buy right back.
But it's Complexity looking for the big nut here. Out through long. Smokes go in. Up close with the season. What will he do with the CZ? Ultimately, it's nothing. JKS, also nothing. And now just Nico.
To do nothing.
League like this.
That's true.
At least right now.
Yeah, because we're still in the groups.
Exactly.
Most importantly.
So, Nico, what have you got for us? Pulling up.
Another 1v5. This one's doable.
Another 1v5.
Oh, he got the one. What a time.
It's insane. Complexity back on top. It's been a decade.
Oh, nice play. Through this, Hunter tried that a couple of times. He goes
On
through
the
the
T side,
smoke,
yeah.
and just decks Hunter throwing nades down. They've got a boost and they've got info. Can they get a molly in as well? Hooksy just swings and wins and beats a Legion head-to-head. 6 bullets left, though. At the back of the site, Monacy must provide the cover, and he will kill one. Grim, fantastic spray, puts Hooksy on his last legs, and even takes him off as well.
Oh, Grim.
Crutch for Hooksy.
Oh,
You can back out.
you're all so blind.
You don't have to be here anymore. Oh, Halzer's got another with the arm, and that's when Grim...
Wow. This wouldn't even be close if it ends like this. I mean, G2 have never really felt in this game.
No, the big secret there is that they haven't been, really, ever. That was their key to doing that, so...
Thank you.
Out towards long. Grim, snappy with it. Any more for Grimothy?
Flick him.
Grim! Wow! Yes! Go on, son. It'll be hard. He's at the back of the pack. He's not thinking about the ace. He's just trying not to throw the gun away, which I guess is responsible, but where's the fun in? And put me down for one of whatever Grim is having as well. It seems like he's having a very good day. So here we are.
This round is much slower for Complexity compared to how they've done a little boost up. JKS caught off guard. They're coming right through that. They want a challenge, and Floppy shuts down Hooksy. Thankfully, because look at the HP. It would have been such a problem if they all collapsed, but the A-bomb site is open for business.
No one's nearby. That's why they've got so much space as well. Smoke Molly comes in. This might force a save, and even that's not guaranteed. Grim is waiting outside of B, ready to deliver death. A nice grab on the way out. Hunter gets strangled. There's a nade kill and an AWP kill.
They don't have
in
a kit,
sync.
though. Probably said I had kit in sight, but no one is he going?
Oh
my God!
No, surely not.
Kids inside.
Kids inside. Kids inside.
Someone
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Oh, no! It's under the body!
Disaster.
It's under the body! No!
That's what I was saying. JKS probably said I died up in
Man.
Yeah, losing pistol might have been an issue, but it just turns into a hiccup, right? It's the only round they haven't won in this second half. It's been dominance. I mean, they've even won Complexity the last 6 rounds of the first half. This is actually a pretty crazy run they're on. What, like 13-2 run essentially in this game since they started winning the gun rounds in like round 7 or 8.
Yeah. 13 out of the last 14. That's quite a run.
Double AWP, missed shot from it. Oh God, missed shot the second time. Nails the third. It is the charm. Nades go in. Hooksy's getting chased down.
Ow! There we go.
Pass him for a moment. But that ship sinks in at the back of the night. Wait, back of the site, I meant. I put 2 sayings together. Nico up close. Will deal with Grim. Halzerk on the angle, looking at Temple. But not rewarded for his patience yet. Flashing Monacy into the angle. He now owns it. This B play kind of peters out for Complexity.
No.
Missed shot from Halzerk, and he's dead.
Grim's out, or Elige's out, excuse me.
Left to Elige, 1v3. The mid-man now needs to take over. Quick on the approach, but Monacy's heard this, so they know he's made it A-Wood with the bomb, and Elige is getting tricky with it. Elige is trying to be unpredictable, taking space away into...
Miss flashbang.
Smoked out anyway. They won't take pace. They'll go for a boost instead. Ow.
That nade is so annoying.
Oh! Monacy even more so. The kid don't miss. Or patrolling. And known about now by G2. Hooksy. Alright, lad. Oh dear,
God.
lad.
Oh God, that little push gives over the 4v4.
It's one of the moves.
You know, the worst thing about that is like it's not even like loads of info on the back of it.
No.
HooXi never left the smoke. He doesn't even really know numbers outside of B, and there's still a whole minute left, so Cole aren't committed on the back of that kill.
And you have to make a decision if you're G2, if you want to double up at A and bring Nico over, if you want to double up in mid and bring JKS over. And they've chosen the latter, which means JKS is so passive. So bomb plan is going to come in. JKS exposed to the ult of Halzerk. Nico's still in middle, though. Ooh, look at the little movement. Wrap around and retake on the cards.
Nico the AWPer.
They have 3 kits.
They have the time, but Cole have the space up in heaven and outside of A main. They know exactly where G2 are coming from. 3 in the same position. This boost will give nothing. I love how they're sneaking towards it together, but eventually they've got to stop this mountain and mount a comeback into the site. The time is already over half gone, and the map is lost by G2.
Here as the point man, right? Is a lot to deal with at times.
Especially with how he played on Anubis. If like he opens up Inferno like that and just bullies you on Banana, like it's an issue.
And then that just forces so much attention over to that side of the map, and then that gives room for Hunter to do his own little thing towards mid out of Boiler and whatnot, so we'll see.
We'll see. That's the name of the game. Pissed Around is live. All armor for Complexity except for J2, who's got Flash Kit. Smoke Flash on Hunter is the only pieces of utility for G2. Ooh. And we start out slow, but G2's coming up mid, and there's 4 players here. Oh, and Alicia's got a quick one. That's a nice haircut for Modesty. Flash peek doesn't work. Nico shuts down Floppy, and the engagement continues.
They've seen everybody. They have seen everybody from Complexity, and they were on the verge of deciding to fight towards middle and change their own opinion. Now it's going to be Halzerk alone on the B side. He's only got a Flash to work with, so he's playing that little bit of a sneaky angle, which, by the way, is a very cool way to grab information while being safe. I highly recommend on that one. And Complexity haven't even moved the defense. They decided to stay 3 on the A side. They trust the Zerg.
Well, the question is how much does their nerve get shaken? Because you imagine Hunter with his smoke flash is going to throw out a little bit of a fake. Smoke towards CT, flashbang into the sky. We'll see if Halzerk stays in this position or if he calls anyone over. Defense already starting to shift right now. Alish pushing down middle, same with JT. And Grim is rotating off, and this little piece of utility is going to seal it, is going to sell the fake entirely.
Giga Brain.
They got him. Psych!
Wow. Nice and easy. Plant goes down right now. This kill won't matter. And Complexity have a long way to rotate back.
Well, you did get ahead of yourself, Jason, or was it Harry on Anubis in that 4v2 post-plan? So now it's a 3v4.
I think it was all of us who got ahead of ourselves in that. But look, the idea they'll find everyone in the amount of time left. Nico waiting over in Boiler. P250, that's the kit. And Alicia's gone. Round should be over from here. It should be done. No real chance of defusing this, and JKS puts the exclamation mark on the end of the sentence, and that's a 1-0 start for G2. I remember speaking with Alige at an event while they were setting up, and he got really excited about how good the Krieg was, and he had that same face when I asked him about the shotgun, because he loves the XM. And this are trying to stall you out with smoke, stall you out with flashbangs and utility, not available to him here in this round. And the stack and the aggressive point of the defense is over in halls, where there will be no presence. Mid-utility. HooXi's going to investigate with a MAC-10. All of his teammates lining up outside the B bomb site. He's at least going to call this clear, so they might still come back.
Do they call them back? Does he call them back? That's the issue that I have. He thinks he's cleared the entire site right there. He's completely oblivious to the 3C. He's going to see one, but he doesn't know if there's more. No. So here comes the T. They're not exactly sure what to do, and they keep on going, allowing Floppy to find the one. That's a 5 versus 3 out of nowhere, 33 seconds to play with.
And the shotgun is still in play. Floppy going to drop in towards Pit. There's a crossfire now with Halzerk inside the site. Floppy needs to be a little bit of a distraction while staying alive, and he's just done it. Here's the shotgun. A little messy. It could have been cleaner.
Trap smokes for A, which would ideally draw one of the B players towards CT2, and then you go B with...
The Deagle, right? Yeah. That's the best he would get.
Well, I'm assuming he dropped the AK-47 with the kills that he got, so taking one for the team is Nico. Tough defense to go up again. Alige up in Rop's position. Blinded and drops down. Falls away. A second flashbang burns his eyeballs. They want to attack Rap, and for the moment that's going to be stalled out by Molotov, and then a smoke. Now they readjust to lane.
Good smoke from Floppy. It allows him to stay alive and withstand that pressure for the moment. Monacy hasn't been activated quite yet, and as I said, he falls. That was the AK. The greatest investment from G2 in this round, now in the hands of Hunter. JT is condemned himself behind that smoke. He could be the next victim in the next few seconds if JKS decides to do so, but they all actually go back towards lane and rely on Hunter's kills.
Yeah, let's see what he can provide them. He's just like a very, very narrow sliver away from being able to see Floppy, who's at low HP, but he's got lots of clear elbow shows from Elige, looks for the follow-up peek, had the right read, can't convert, and Floppy with...
Been the only real risk, but unfortunately for G2, they didn't have a man in place there.
Oof. Nice catch.
These are probably the worst rounds in Counter-Strike.
Full Glock round?
You can play like a Glock Eco.
We don't see him much anymore. They've gone out of style, but obviously G2 no other options really at this stage.
I mean, we had VP in this group.
This is where James would pull off some voodoo shit and like somehow have an AK for one guy and 3 P250s and a Bison.
But not this time around. Let's see. As a team, what can you do in these Glock rounds? Maybe you can do like breathing exercise. Just relax a little bit for a few seconds. I'm trying to think how to optimize. Or just give your life away to Grim.
He'll take those. All right, first gun round for, well, maybe not the first, but back into gun rounds for G2, let's say.
Feels big Leals.
Deep smoke in mid, Molotov as well. Okay, that's a nerdy smoke. He's a little bit off, but I like the idea. Or nerdy nade, I should say.
Also CSGO, if there's a millimeter of a ledge of a wall, your grenade basically disappears.
Yeah.
Falls into a black hole.
It doesn't exist anymore.
Let's see if Complexity here wants to try to clear B at some point, or is this a little bit of a bait setup, you know, play it passive, so G2 has the read, it's only 2 guys saving their nades, bait them into coming B.
Good grenade, that's going to do a ton of damage. There you got it. 70 on the dot, and this is great information being gathered by Nico. Usually that little bit of a setup allows you to take car control, but Nico being boosted, they know that no one has taken. So this tells me that G2 is going to go and finish B anyway.
Well, Nico's got a dry challenge early. He wants a duel. He wants a fight, and Complexity's not giving it to him. Smoke goes down at 36 seconds.
Yeah, that's the B finish.
They've got a Molotov still on JT at this B bomb site as well. So when this execute comes in, he's going to drop that bad boy, and we'll see what G2 can do to handle it, because they're about to deploy both smokes. They might have to run through the flames with only 18 seconds on the clock.
Here comes Nico across the smoke, and now CT spawn put down immediately. JT is doing a stellar job with...
Players boosted over it, saw that there was no one on the lurk, and that's why you saw 2 guys in, I think it was Nico's face coming from CT, and why JT is able to go for that aggressive play. Complexity basically had 4 guys ready for that push.
JT playing a little dangerous game with that headshot angle with the Deagle. Another deep nade coming in, another shallow something coming in. There's the Molotov afterwards, and another kill for Elige.
They want to fight.
Yeah.
Complexity want to fight.
Yeah, I like it. Well, they better be confident after this point with the run they've had, and obviously the map won against G2. They probably believe at this point that they're just the hands down better team at the moment in this series.
Are you starting to believe, Jason? Is the 2-0 making its way through your mind, your fantasy right now? Are you not allowing yourself to even envision it?
I know. I was excited for Ancient, but look, if we don't need it, I'm cool with that as well. Like, I'm fine. Let's end it here.
You are?
Yeah. I'd be okay with it.
Hooksy told us last night that he actually has a lot of respect for Complexity, that he thinks that they're playing much, much better. They had some, I think, losses to them in practice as well.
Yeah, he was mentioning they battered him for a while in practice. They'd been shutting down.
Trying to play towards that arch right type execute early on in the game. Of course, it cost them the anti-eco. That's when Hooksy pulled out the entire squad to him. But that still is a solution they could have used here. Speaking of Halzerk, he's the one that's actually going to take an immediate risk. But JK has heard him. He heard that. He's ready for the kill. That comes in as easy as it gets. A 5v4 being gifted to G2 and a whole lot of time to play with.
Yeah, that might give G2 the opening they needed to crack this open. They got an entire round, minute
opening
and a half.
is given.
Yeah, on a 5-on-4 where you've been dominating them otherwise. Let's see what G2 can do with it. Towards Banana we go. 3 players over towards the half wall. Retake flashbang thrown. Nico plays anti-flash and peeks after it to protect his team. And it's only Grim here.
That's mental game. He's trying to bait them into thinking that he flashed for someone, but he's completely alone, and G2 ain't taking that bait.
Smoke's going to go down at a great timing. Great timing. Spam through the coffin, doesn't land.
And Complexity is getting information on mid. Elise and Floppy are clearing it, so we'll see. That's brave.
Yeah.
He misses one more shot.
Ooh.
Look at this! What the hell is going on? Deathmatch sessions.
You better go back to B. It's all you've got. Grim's here alone, AUG in hand. It was great on Anubis. It's going to deliver again against Nico and against JKS. AUG coming back in style. Monacy's got no health, and Complexity survive a 4-on-5. No one else has even come close to going down yet.
Smoke being put down by Grim on the B side a second later, and G2 would have been completely enticed to pull through. Wasn't the case here. Halzer is trying to be a little bit aggressive, but poked back into submission.
No, but I like it to a certain extent. You mentioned Complexity wants to fight, and like being in your face, peeking down middle, just showing G2. We'll challenge every step you take. Every move you make.
They'll be watching you. So watching the Deagle, but not able to convert. That's the first kill from Hooksy. We'll see if he used the velocity of the Tech 9, but Grim is there with the AUG. It's been his weapon of predilection for a little bit. The barbecue is on the menu.
They'll be fine with that as well. Like,
out.
yeah, well, use
Somehow.
that. Use that smoke on the molly. Now you don't have it for the execute late round, and you got no HP. Floppy up on the balcony, dodging utility. G2's been slowed, so Floppy takes one. Halzerk spots the Halls, misses the shot. One's coming up lane as well. But Floppy's handling everything. Down to 14 HP, but still kicking. And JKS is left alone in Halls. He's got to readdress and find a new position of attack.
Look, we're not going to try and pretend like this is the most important game ever in the calendar of CSGO. That's not the case. To get the best out of yourself, because everyone's going to be happy to win Katowice and Cologne, but you have to have that kind of level all year long, and it's not the case quite yet.
Yeah, this time I've really started to believe, though, after Cologne. I've really started to think it was going to be locked in. That's a nice brute force kill in Banana. Hunter's brought down to 4 HP. Double Balk. Halzerk alone with the op. At front library. Looking towards Rap side, he's going to get a chance. They'll bait the low HP player. He's got that. Looking for a flashbang. It comes in a little bit late. One more. JKS blind grabs the kill. Floppy up on Balk. It's another. A dink. But JKS returns one with the AK. Bomb is dropped, and with the Molotov in his face, that's going to give time for JT to arrive. The timing of this battle is everything. If JKS goes down, he won't. He was ready.
Pace a little bit, G2 in the last round towards B. Now we see a lot of them going second mid, so this is looking like a fast A hit. Yeah, this is their bread and butter.
Okay, they were just looking for one victory to set this up, and now let's see what they've got. Halzerk, Molotov is down. They're already beat it. They've already got the headshot. Hunter with an entry, and it's Floppy. Can he step up again? No. Round done. Bread and butter, you called it, and it's delivered.
And I love this strat. I mean, this was, I guess, Mouse pulled it out. I mean, it was always like the thing, but he kept changing two-way, then,
yeah,
you know,
and anything else. Point.
Yeah, that's that third smoke between Graveyard and the default plant.
Yeah.
So
well,
it's pure vision.
2 in a row now for G2. Let's see what they can get. They've got a lot of money still to burn through. Elise has 7,300, JT at 4,300. Complexity's built up some cash. Nice nade, doing chip damage onto Monacy.
They're going to fight for that car position. Nico extinguishes. The Molotov gives him the possibility to go through it.
So let's see, the last time after this set of utility, Complexity just kept playing passive. Do they do the same thing, or do they do something different this time around?
Also a little bit of a change. When G2 had access to that car position earlier on, they tried to play towards the B side. This time they've pulled towards A. It's been relatively well read by Complexity. Elise is still in position. He didn't rotate back to B in spite of the pressure. This should be a guaranteed kill from Halzerk. If JK is not careful, 5v4 very easily. And from that point on, do you change your mind? Do you reel back to the B side? It seems like it's what G2's got on the menu.
Yeah, Elijah just wasted a Molotov as well into his teammate's smoke at the mid choke point, so he won't have that when he shifts over.
40 seconds.
They might like it for a retake. Smoke just deployed now. Great timing on that from the B defense. They've held their nerve very well with utility, and JT still has a Molotov to use again. We saw that was a disaster last time when G2 waited out this smoke. It looks like it's going to happen again. Attacking utility deployed. There's the defensive Molotov from JT. About 15 seconds when that clears. Oh, this has to be so perfect. And there's a third player here in Elige, ready to come through the smoke. A little bit of resistance needs to be mounted. Oh, and they missed the opportunity. They missed everything, Complexity. Can they stop the plant? Spam is in. Oh, it's way too high. It's off the mark. And that should be around for G2.
G2 baited out the utility way faster. You see that the retake nades came in deadly.
Vastly different. However, G2 now fighting themselves back into this half. The lead is cut to 3, and that aggression in Banana is still there. That confidence in the Banana play from G2's attack is still there, and Nico's already cleared it out.
Eventually it's going to pay off. That timing is going to pay off. Nico has been able to thread the needle 3 times now. And Grim is alone. He hasn't used his smoke quite yet. I don't know if he's got a stash behind him, but if he does so, he's going to have to pull some rotation towards him. Does he have another smoke on the floor?
We would see it, I think, on the radar.
We'd see on the radar. So he's actually elected to stay alone on the B side without a smoke. And he hasn't called for any rotation, so he's taking all the risks.
Yeah, this might be one of those rounds Complexity's kind of gambling that G2 is going to end at the A bomb site, but how wrong are they? Grim can't defend this on his own. The Molotov's not going to save him. Nico gets in a position at tree, and JT better be focused.
He doesn't know.
He better clear this, but it doesn't look likely, and Grim's gone down, so JT should back away. This round's over. It's definitely over now.
And I wouldn't be surprised if this was a Nico call on the fly. I think from spending time with him in FaZe, he has such great instincts for what these B players are doing, whether they're just trying to save nades, right? Whether they're playing retake or if there's a stack there. And I'm not sure how he does it, because from the outside it might look the same, but just all the experience that he has and taking advantage of that, you know, Complexity really going for the gamble that with Banana control this time, G2 will try to end the round on A. Yeah,
this G2 that we've got in these past 3-4 rounds has been scary, has been efficiently ruthless, and now they're hunting down all the weapons. They're going to find Elige. Floppy survives for a moment. G2's been doing this the hard way against full buys each and every round. Nico putting out the Molotov towards Logs. Deep utility spent, but this time they're not going to get fully aggressive towards Car. He might have thought the same thing that you did, Yanko, that, or Maniac, whichever one of you said they might fight in Banana for that control. This time G2 stays away, and it's going to be a Hulz pop.
It's a strong setup against it, though.
Oh, not if you get blind, traded. But they'll never expect Elige, and Hulzerk pops out as well. And that strong setup worked magnificently. Bomb is dropped halfway up lane, and G2 gets stopped cold.
When Floppy finds that first kill, life becomes incredibly comfortable for Elige, who strikes exactly when he needs to. Nico flashed out of pit. Elige is too strong on his legs on that one. And m0NESY was having a little bit of a quiet first half. We gotta say, he's gonna try to warm himself up a little bit.
Yeah, get yourself a headshot,
just to get into the zone,
just to wake up. It's like a little shot of espresso.
Every kill that gets you improves the probability of getting the next one. That's I'm sure there's some math to it. I'm gonna have to run the numbers.
Hulzerk missed shot. m0NESY will have the opportunity. Awkward jump. He's down very low. And Elige does fall, so there's something for m0NESY. Couple more coming from behind if he can read it. 1 or 2 more kills wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. And into the bomb site we go. Complexity's going to play it passively, creeping around now. Time is ticking for m0NESY on how long he can actually survive.
Makes great sense, and finally m0NESY with an entry kill.
Yeah, beats the timing of that deep Molotov, and Elige just goes down without a whimper. HooXi gonna step up.
God.
He's brought so low by utility, but he's got a blind JT. Trust in the flashbangs your teammates are throwing. He does go down, but they know the positioning of the AWP.
That should be the signal. This should be the signal.
They're not in a position to punish it though, right?
I mean, Hunter could have been a little bit more generous and ambitious with that long. Now he's given time for Hulzer to come back in, and he's going to fall into his lab. Oh, that's a quick headshot from Hunter, leaving Floppy on an island. He's been great in the first map. In fact, he's been great at this event. But now he's really and completely alone.
Hunter could have been faster. Halzer could have been a little bit less naive on thinking that was going to be completely clear that nobody would take at the space. He wasn't ready for that fight. Floppy's alone. He has to turn and look towards Rapside. Doesn't know how far they've progressed, and he's a freebie. And a 6th round for G2 as it's looking like this half is going to end neck and neck.
This was the incendiary, but this was a tough half for G2 because of losing that 2nd round and how clean the early gun rounds were for Complexity.
Yeah.
It was 4 gun rounds in a row that G2 won. This is the 5th. And if they win the final round, it's also going to be a gun round for Complexity. So
I've ever seen it. Well, Liege has been double upping as well throughout this this group stage.
Well, here's your answer.
Yeah, well, look.
We'll circle back to it.
You can be a serviceable offer, but when you go up against m0NESY, he's going to make a lot of players look silly.
Now the speed pace being picked up by G2. It's m0NESY who else leading the charge with the 80 repeat. Quick boost for JT, but G2 brings to a halt. m0NESY opens up with an AWP. I am not exactly sure I abide to that.
Not a big fan?
I don't think that's the best way to do it. Look, we've just gotten from a 5v4 to now a 4v3. JT's being flashed in, but Nico covers it pretty successfully.
Bomb taking a long time to go down. They're being harassed. Elise is shifting over. Now they've got utility. They've got 3 smokes. They can park those in a number of places. HE grenade as well to clear out one of the corners. JKS is the only one really susceptible to going down to it, playing at 2nd oranges. Support flash to activate Floppy and Halzerk. And here's the swing. JKS goes down. It's Nico. It's Hooksy. And Hooksy has the first. Halzerk is low. Nico's got that. All of a sudden, just a lesion. He can't react in time. Slow, and you just got battered on Anubis, and confidence at an all-time low. The way they fought back in those gun rounds to bring this to a close scoreline has got to fire you right back up. We've been hearing them get loud on the other side of the studio.
That's
as well.
true.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of emotions and intensity out there. We always appreciate it. G2 now with the triple setup towards Banana. Things are about to get real ugly for Complexity. That pop flash is ready to roar. We have m0NESY and Nico, 3 guns at the ready. Here comes m0NESY with the flash for just 1, and immediately Nico is being put down. Floppy, great work, but they know there has been a flash. Hooksy's name is in the feed, but they don't care, or do they now?
You got to go through this. You have to. All your utilities down. Hooksy can't land the shot, and it is overrun. B is overrun. It is swarmed. Hunter finds one on the flank, so there's a little bit of life left in this. 2-on-3 retake. No kits on any of the players, and JKS brought low and eventually dispatched.
What?
Hunter's position found. This becomes very unlikely, even with a quick kill on Halzer. Coming back, knows the position of Elige, but not of JT, although seems to be aware of the Coffin's position. For G2 on the CT side, Scout is going to peek down mid, go for some early damage. Once a tag, not going to get it. Trying to cover a little bit of a delayed mid push, and it's working.
Ooh, this is dangerous.
Oh, that's a huge kill. JT's isolated in Banana as well. He can't move out from this Logs position. He's trying to help in any way he can. Oh, but they're getting shut down. Look at G2 suffocating.
River was delayed because they had to respect that scout. They didn't want to take tag because it took a minute for Complexity to even just check that bench position. And once they did, you could even hear Elige's communication was really intense because he realized they're right in there. But it's already too late. Nobody has time to react when that information is found.
He was playing head down to avoid the scout, and as soon as he popped it up, he realized what was coming at him, that none of his teammates had spotted him, and by then it was just too late. That's a really well-executed round from G2. Super cool. Complexity force right back into it. Tech9s and Deagles. Floppy and Elige towards Hulls. Halzerk is going to join up with them. JT in middle for Hulls pop utility. And it's a double lane setup. So there's some legs to this. This is a possibility for sure.
It's all on to JKS, and we have to see if the flashes do the trick. Hunter's being flashed out of position. Holding nice and easy. A little bit of a dink means he has to play a little bit more passive. JKS hasn't been spotted. He's still up there in his bird's nest with the AK-47. Now it's just a tap-tap game, but he's not able to connect. Halzer makes 2 with the Deagle, actually.
And Hunter comes around. Elige finds that. Oh, what a drive-by. JT in the sight. I almost think Hooksy, time to bail out. That SMG ain't going to do anything at that range.
What is it you call tit for tat?
Yeah.
That's what Complexity just did here?
Yeah, back and forth, baby. And that's, you know, if the second round was a gut punch for Complexity, this is stubbing your toe. This is stepping on a Lego in the
emotional
dark.
nutsack?
Yeah, in a way. The stomach ache is creeping in.
And Nico ain't going anywhere. Can't go?
Yeah, I think it's a bit I don't want to call it strange because obviously abs pop is an option, but then again, that's not an immediate death sentence. Even if they pop abs, first guy sort of jumps lane, usually in that sort of an execute, so you could get a couple of kills and they can get pit and just play the advantages, but they didn't get any opening kills as the execute was coming in. Hunter, gets dinked even on that long range fight, so a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, pathing for Complexity completely avoided danger of that Hulls pop and made it extremely difficult. Well,
also good utility usage as well. Hunter was a little bit uncomfortable with the flash as he rounded the corner.
Look, we painted the picture that G2 had to fight like a really hard-fought first half against full buys. If they can't win this round and return it, their economy is going to be so tough to get under control.
I don't even know how they opened, because I think Grim did a good job in Banana on his own to apply pressure, because usually sometimes the third player is also lane and he watches apps from there and then they block apps and buy time, so...
That smoke is going to be money for JKS, putting it down at the 37-second mark. And we see now Complexity having to rediscuss their options. They're still open to a potential B wrap through long. But since we see Grim pulling back, I do believe the A side is going to be the point of juncture here for this attack.
Yeah, but these crossfires with 22 seconds, Hooksy and Nico are going to get here. They're going to run right through the smokes. Any resistance would be begged, would be asked for, and it's not available to them.
Doing it the hard way. They're going to do it the hard way.
They have not made this map easy on themselves. Complexity.
Those contingency plans, they know how to go through these, but still, we've seen teams trip into that proverbial work, so not this case this time around. Now G2 will probably attempt to do a little bit of damage. There's an MP9 on Hooksy. There's a Deagle out there, Nico with the Kevlar as well. And a little bit of a pesky USP. That's already some work done for Monacy.
Yeah, Nico coming in next, but Floppy's ready.
Can't
Floppy's
stop.
ready.
The
That's
flop.
so immediate.
After flop.
Yeah, and the B defense goes down next. It's just Hunter left to investigate. Look how patient Complexity's being.
to find the bomb here.
Yeah, well, he's about to find Hulzerk.
Knife?
Well, Hunter doesn't strike me as the knifing.
No, but just money-wise. I wasn't even talking about being...
G2's going to have to win emphatically at some point if they want to start reversing not only this half in this map, but just their own economy to start actually settling into some kind of a comeback.
I tell a lie. Hooksy goes for the M4 as well and a smoke.
That's a really light utility belt for first gun round Inferno.
That's why you have 3 players over there. Hunter's got some things to work with.
Oh, he crossed the molly. He's going to catch him off guard. Nobody's ready for that. Halzer sees a need, and that's it. Nico is out of the commission. Halzer getting the second. The flash is good, and Hooksy puts 2 on the board to finally gain a little bit of oxygen in what otherwise has been a tough affair on Inferno.
They were a little over-eager, Complexity, to capitalize on that opening pick. Nice counter from Hooksy and Hunter, and good follow-up nade damage as well. So even despite losing Nico early, they seemingly have this round under control. But again, going back to utility, it's light on both teams. But G2 have some options to stall this out. Hunter's got a smoke that he can drop in towards this B choke point.
He has to drop it now. He has to drop it on that information.
It's been spotted
but
from that safe
the
play
last
at
smoke,
Coffins.
do you not send the rotation? They actually decide to stay 2-2, but that's the last B smoke.
I don't think you can shift, right? Even if you bring Monacy over, he's only got a Molotov. I don't think it's worth it for that shift to open up that other side of the map. So boost up inside the B bomb site. JT and Elysian Banana. Floppy waiting at Hulls. And JT's going to investigate. 1 kill could cause a shift, but on the boosts, it's Hooksy peeking around the pillar. And now Elysian Floppy have to walk into this bomb site. Monacy at the back of the site, and Complexity's whittled down. Just Elysian remains to try and get a kill, a plant, 18 seconds. G2 get that strong win right out of the gate that they needed.
And Hooksy picks up Hauser's top, so this is really important, because if G2 wins this round, without a plan, Complexity might have to eco and give some breathing room to G2 right there. Every round for them has been on edge.
Bombs dropped way back at T-spawn for Complexity. Someone's going to have to take a long route to go back and pick that up, but it's not a concern just yet. Grim's, in fact, doing it right now. Takes his eyes off Banana with the smoke halfway up. Complexity at the moment with the Liege lining up in left mid to throw out bracket, take utility to show mid-presence to this defense.
Hunter is just waiting for an audio cue to chuck in that grenade.
That's pretty ballsy, considering they're only 2A and JKS is on his own in bike. Like, he's really banking on that just being a smoke to bait utility, but hey, he's right.
G2 is staying an awful amount of time with 3 players towards the B side without being hungry for information. These are 3 committed CTs without deep info at all. Like, there's a bait and switch setup towards the hay build, that's it.
Well, the timing right now is for HooXi to set Nico up to get that information peek down Banana. There's the flash pop, there's the peek. And even though he burns a little bit in the Molotov, the information is worth it. And now 2 of them can bail out as m0NESY takes position in Banana with the AWP. The A hit is coming in. Floppy jumps into pit, great pathing, a knockout punch delivered.
Have the 2 players be in some sort of a bait setup, even double balcony, whatever it is. It's hard because then you don't have information on mid. They could
to the A side, so they did all of the pre-work. The homeworks had been handed to the teacher.
Yeah? What's the teacher think so far?
I would say we're in a strong B+ on the side of complexity.
Okay. Maybe some extra credit can bump that up to an A. Let's find out. HooXi is dead.
Right there, that's a little bit of a plus point as well. Nico is down, or rather staying alive with 38 HP, avenging his captains.
And now Nico's going to be alone at B. He's got no utility. Doesn't even look like there's any kind of a stockpile set up for him either. So Hunter, he's rotating over, but he doesn't have utility as well.
We haven't said m0NESY's name a lot, Jason.
No, we haven't.
With m0NESY.
It's been very quiet. So let's check in with him. AWP over towards lane. He might get some attention. Nade coming out from left mid is going to give some intel over to complexity.
This is where m0NESY could be a little bit more aggressive. He could slightly push towards lane. He would probably catch complexity on their way to executing. He's staying on site.
He's free to Elige up in halls as well. JKS is parked deep into the bomb site, so m0NESY's actually well exposed, and I don't know if he even realizes it. JT gonna peek in towards spawn. A little bit shows early. Floppy's made it across, and Hunter's going to investigate. This needs to be quick.
Oh, no, he didn't see him.
Ooh, that's not ideal. m0NESY handles Floppy, JKS handles Grim and Elige. The timing of that push, just a little bit off.
You remember the conversation you had with Elige about how when he thinks a spray is coming...
I do think they need a little bit more out of m0NESY in terms of... I think you can tell that he is a bit more... He's been stymied by the slow game, right?
Yeah.
If he's feeling it, if he has a better game, I think he goes for those searches on short and also on B. I mean, that he was on top Banana there, and it's kind of bad if you tell him, hey, push now, peek now. He sort of has to call it for himself.
It doesn't seem like there's been a whole lot of AWP presence on the map. Even if it's not the kills, just like the presence of an AWP being in a position hasn't really dictated a whole lot.
But he still now has a bit of a deeper pull towards mid, and HooXi has regained control. So it feels like G2 now is grabbing a bit more real estate, putting themselves in a better position so they can predict and see coming what complexity is about to throw at them. They leave Nico alone.
They also did a good job of smoking mid as they're making the play on B to buy time, and now there's 4 players on A.
Oh, Hunter's gone down. Reverse spam.
It's onto Nico.
Yeah,
Nico's
but
gonna be tested.
with that Hunter kill, you might not expect for there to be his 3rd player still at the A bomb site due to this shift and due to the fact that Nico hasn't felt any pressure. And that smoke deep Banana might delay it a little bit longer. Actually, complexity is going to pop right through it. Here comes the flashbang. Here comes the swing. Nico's blinded. Wants at least one fight, but thinks better of it. Drops back because he's got no Molotov. He's got no smoke, and this hit is not slowing down.
And HooXi has no flash. Nico's going to get no backup. It's all on his own, and JT put him down with a Galil. 1 for 1 through the smoke. m0NESY is going to flash his captain through, and it's got a whole lot of work to do, but that's not going to be enough.
Do you risk the AWP?
That's over.
Do you risk the AWP?
It's over.
Smokes are still down. JKS is still here to help out. m0NESY's pretty committed in towards construction, and he's going to have to back away now before this smoke clears. Got to be cautious of up on top of the box, but regardless, Complexity's going to be sitting at 14 rounds, 2 rounds away from closing out this series.
Where do we stand on Nico using the smoke towards down Banana? Because I know there's 2 school of thoughts when you're in his position. You either smoke down Banana and then you hope that you slow down the take so that your rotation is going to be here on time, or you grab information, you rotate back, and then you use that smoke as you've already pulled away a couple meters. I feel like here that smoke invited Complexity to cross it, and this is why he ended up being very much naked when the execute came to him.
Yeah.
Right to the punch.
Let's see what G2's got for us. This time it's basically it's a 2-man start at the B bomb site. HooXi just went back to replenish some utility, but they get aggressive in halls. Hunter's clearing out alt mid for the moment. Peeks down, sees nothing. m0NESY still with the AWP is peering down hall's stairs. And Complexity very convinced right out of the gate that they want to march up Banana for an execute. Plenty of utility this time for G2.
Are they going to respect it? when this happened in the first half, we saw Nico a couple of times ahead of that barrage of utility. That's not the case here. Nico is firmly behind the haystack, and he's waiting for that little bit of a peek, and there is a flash in hand of Hooksy, so it's all going to be on to Nico.
Yeah, but surely he doesn't get to use it by the time he realizes, oh yeah, it's perfect. Nice anti-flash from Grim though. Negates it. Only one for Nico, and Hooksy gets away without taking any damage, but he's got to dump nades. He's got to dump everything he's got, and he crosses over to a new position. That's bold.
What a man.
That's risky, but it's going to allow him to get boosted up by m0NESY, so he's got a little bit of life in this defense. Up over the top, they won't expect it. They saw him go into the bomb site, and Grim still unawares, Elige unawares, and he can't turn in time. SMG gets 2. Hooksy delivers and buys time for his teammates. 3 on 2, and the bomb just now planted. That smoke should delay things. Should hold G2 back. They play at the 2 boxes in the corner. New box and Emo. Flashbang to activate off of m0NESY. We've said it's been quiet. This would be a good time to hear it speak up, and it gets the first. Floppy, oh, 2 stellar headshots. And m0NESY doesn't have a lot of time. Kit in hand. Here comes the peak. Shot is baited out. Floppy from Floppy to put them 1 round away from winning this series 2-0 over G2.
I am flabbergasted.
Who had that in the bingo card?
I didn't.
Yeah?
No, I didn't.
You did not.
I did not think Complexity would be G2 2-0. No, I'm not going to pretend.
Nico gets out with 20. Unconfirmed damage, but that softens him up so much for later on in the round. Elige surely clears this hard corner.
Yeah, but there's 2 CTs. Are you ready?
Yeah,
for the
will he be
second
ready
one?
for the pop from the other player? Yeah, well, he gets the first. Not ready for m0NESY stepping in. Swaps out to the AK-47. JT has him trapped in, and m0NESY doesn't want that fight. Backs off. Plays for the late round.
Excellent information gathering from m0NESY. He could have been baited into fighting, but he stays alive, and he maintains the AK in the ranks. That's the second and only, or second rifles rather, that G2 has to play with. And he adds another one to the tally. This is a beautiful round for m0NESY. Maybe we get one after 25.
That's kind of what we talked about wanting to see with him with the AWP, right? Getting aggressive down lane towards Boiler and JT. Oh, it's all in timing, and you don't have it. Hunter drops you. Grim and Hulzerk aren't ready to pounce, aren't ready to take any kind of advantage, but it's over to the B bomb site. No shift yet
Why is
from
Hunter
the
going
G2
B?
defense.
You have Hooksy there only with a Deagle.
A Deagle and 2 flashes.
There's still a chance for Complexity for this round.
Yeah, there really is. There's a smoke on Grim as well to drop it in towards CT spawn. They're just going to do it on the fly.
Is he going to flash for himself with no one else?
They don't want to give away the game quite yet. That's all I can think of. Nice flash. Can't complete the kill, but that will pull Hunter over. But Hulzerk and Grim just choose to save. 13 seconds. They don't want to mess with it. They don't know what's coming. And Nico might shut this down. And this is the money. Oh, they need these 2 guns to survive, and Hulzerk's not going to be able to...
He jiggles towards lane, he finds the information, and then he goes on through a second kill with the AK-47. Beautiful work. Now he changes the pace. That's an AK, or an AWP rather, in apps. And surely, Jason, surely these pistols present no risk, no danger whatsoever.
Surely not.
Surely not.
I can't see a world. I can't envision a future in which it happens. Oh my lord, timing.
Surely not.
This would be a way to lose. That's a great nade on a floppy, though. He's going to have to go passive. He'll probably hand off that Deagle, you'd imagine, over to Hulzerk, because he don't have the HP to use it.
They have no Kevlar.
G2 has had a couple of opportunities to sort of start coming back into this game, but...
What scares me the most is m0NESY's alone in the site with just the AWP. Nico steps out of library to help him out, but he could have gotten overrun, and now it's
okay.
It's nice and easy.
He's all right.
It's not nice and easy.
The AK-47. That was the spark that needed the ignition.
Okay, that's over 2 kills per round. So let's see how he does in this one. Peering down Banana, but nobody from Complexity showing anything. A barrage of utility to keep G2 safe, to park m0NESY in this position. They've left him with the smoke Molotov to play however he wants with the AWP. They're going to stack this A bomb site with 4 players.
And a trait of great team is that, you know, they're hard to put away. We've seen that, you know, how hard it is to do that to VP, and now this is G2's opportunity to prove their mettle.
Oh, Flashbang gives a lot of intel. Molotov dump as well. Hooksy's in front of the smoke on Rap side. 2 playing under and on top of the balcony. Another flashbang. No one looks left. No one looks left and makes it easy. G2 sets up the trap and it springs perfectly.
How many big rounds have you seen G2 win with this setup on Inferno?
Feels like I've just witnessed how a sausage is actually made. It's exactly how it felt like.
Into the meat grinder? Yeah.
Or one of these, what is it, hydraulic press?
See, do it one
Lo
more
and behold.
time. Yeah, Triple B, Monacy is there. We'll see if they do something similar. Hunter's playing close to mid, listening to see if there's going to be a fast play. Monacy smoked off, and JT saves that smoke as best he can. A little bit of damage. But there's not a whole lot of utility or trickery in this round for Complexity. They don't have the flashbangs and the nades to work around the map. Leaving a smoke at bench. And going to try and give Grim the space to work this Galil.
G2 is doing the same questionable decision we've talked about, which is to only leave 2 CTs on A with no deep information. But this time, as Yanko wanted, you have a double pit setup, so it's not a 1-to-1.
And you have an earlier flash clear as well at B, right?
Oh, but look, they're taking the counter side of it.
Yeah, JT just heard that. He heard that and he's calling the voice back to him.
900 IQ call from Complexity. Heard a flash pop into information. Monacy is going to be now alone with the AWP. He's got a little backup behind, but he grabs JT on the fly, stays alive, beautiful work. And no speed being picked up by Complexity whatsoever. The rotation is already here.
No, that Galil still hasn't been put into play. Galil still hasn't gone for anything, so just a dry peek around the half wall, and now G2 is back, and they say, you know, we're not going to cheat another player over towards A. We're going to keep Nico at this B bomb site. They're coming through. Nico can't get away, but he stands his...
The banana player, so maybe they have to call a faster banana take, something along those lines. Probably just going to lead the way in the end when it does come down to some... execute some ending to the round. Let's see. Didn't really do much with the Galil.
No, not at all. I don't even know if he fired a shot.
I have my eyes on Monacy this time.
He's aggressive.
He's got enough kills now to be a little bit more aggressive and take the risk that we wanted him to take. So don't go back now that we're talking about it.
He needs an ace if he wants to get to the 22 that you called.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Floppy and Grim and Hulls. JKS up on the balcony to defend. If he goes down, Monacy is fair game, exposed in the bomb site until Hunter just now shifts over. Deep flash. Oh, and that information, the fire from Floppy. The MAC-10 rattles off a couple of shots. They know there's players close at the end of Hulls. And this is pulling Hooksy back. It's slow and measured. Monacy down low. Retreats deeper into the site. JT's going to go for it. Oh, Monacy gets away, but he's found eventually. JKS doubles up in pit, and Hooksy pounces as well. And it's falling apart until the transfer. The taps aren't there, and Hooksy. And he had to really be conservative with it. It doesn't pan out. 15s.
And this is with a newly found momentum that G2 enters the overtime. And Monacy, we've been talking about him. He puts finally an opening kill on the board. And you have to feel like the wind has just been taken off the sails of Complexity. Such a hurtful way to be pushed back into the overtime corner.
They lost, what, the last 3-4 rounds of regulation and that comeback for G2?
Out of nowhere. How do you come back into this 4v5? You still have some banana control. G2 have elected to leave Monacy alone, but he's got smoke and Molotov to play with. So unless he's being caught off guard, he's going to be fine to gain enough time for his rotation to join him.
This G2 team has gotten into a bit of a rhythm on this CT side. They're starting to show multiple different looks and different defenses. Oh, missed shot. Holzerk falls asleep at the wheel. Hooksy hits a timing where he can cross in towards Cubby. And then backs away.
That was a chance, and you missed it.
A little bit of misdirection, perhaps. No Molotov for Complexity to clear it out regardless. They've got 2 smokes and a flashbang. They are burning utility, just trying to stay safe, and they haven't even gained a whole lot of map control. 23 seconds on the clock as contact is made, and JT's going to creep up. Flashbang comes out, easy fight for Nico, and there's nothing in this for Complexity. There's no strength to this hit, and it's just falling apart flaccidly, floppily. As JKS gets another and Floppy cannot exit halls, it's 16-15 for G2.
Very relaxingly into this duel, but he's even the fourth player.
Complexity's first moves are getting stalled out really well by G2 all of a sudden in this streak and in overtime, where previously they'd been able to get a few things, they've been able to get some space, get some opening kills. They're not finding anything now. Modesty, another opening, just like last round, and once again, Complexity is going to have to play 4v5.
Maybe a faster reaction this time around from Complexity.
Got to do something different, right? Got to change something up to try and recover.
Molotov down from Hooksy, given enough time to Nico to join the defense, and once again it's a pristine read from the defense. They know exactly what's going on. Hooksy dares to play on his own flash towards middle, and that's a 5 versus 3 now. Floppy feels like he didn't really have much to say in this round, and his timing is non-existent. There's no way you can peek out of apps currently. You have to wait for any teammate of yours to allow you to give you some sort of an opportunity, and this is just provided by JT.
He needs one more though, and he needs to do it on
Here
Nico.
comes.
Yeah, oh, off angle. He knew it was coming, but he's down at 8 HP. Nico's forced back a little bit, but still Floppy and Halzerk haven't moved. There's utility for a hit, for a set piece coming up lane. It's going to be so difficult. Crossfire set up in the pit, inside the site, and that smoke gives JKS some room to work with. JT's aware. Watching for that creep around the smoke. Good kill. Opening kill for Hunter inside the site. Halzerk does land it eventually. But JKS goes down, and an opportunity. The smallest window for Halzerk. Low HP, cannot transfer.
Losing 6-7 rounds in a row, it's really tough to do. And I think Monacy being a little bit more out there and proactive is not something they were used to in the rhythm of this game. We've been talking about how passive he was and how there were moments where he could be a little bit more activated. Now he changed. He shifted the whole paradigm, as we love to say, by being a bit more aggressive on the B side with the AWP. The solution hasn't been found, and it's now becoming a phantom menace. Is he on the B side again, or is he going to be long waiting for me? Is he absent? In fact, Hooks is saying, listen, whatever is working, we're not going to fix it. You stay on the B side. I'll be right there with you, my man, and the rifles. You do your work on the A side.
Yeah, this AWP has really changed the nature of the B defense, just even by presence, even just by intimidation of the opening kills. Complexity.
But now is the time for Complexity to go. You hear the retake nades on B. It's very low chance that there's only one player faking that. Just go. Just try to use the timing.
Well, they listened to you, and they got dropped through smoke. Nico grabs a headshot. Double up on all. If they don't get a kill, this is so dangerous. Oh, they got so stuck. So stuck. That's exactly what Complexity needed. They did hit the timing, as you said, Yanko, and now they've got themselves a plant inside the site, and a very difficult retake as Hooksy is brought down to 42. They have to go for it. Last round of this CT half of OT. And they need a gift. They need a gift. They need someone from Complexity to peek ill-advised.
Also, it's going to be mollied out. It's getting a little uncomfortable, but he can play off the box. Do not fall into the fire. You're blind, but it's still burning. He's waiting for that peek. He finds Hooksy, and that should be it for Complexity.
Took Complexity 8 rounds. They stopped the streak at 7.
So just to be a little bit detail-oriented here, the reason this setup falls apart is because Nico is flashed and he pulls back. Whenever his first opponent sees him as Floppy in that scenario, he sees the other one. You have to be a little bit more out there so that your teammate becomes invisible.
The angle, yeah.
But they were a bit bunched up because of the flashes and the good work. And that's why Floppy finds 2 huge entries.
Back to the defense for Complexity.
If anything, G2 had a good time in the gun rounds. Once they consolidated after the early start, that was all. They were only winning gun rounds in the first half. And it's been a while since Complexity played CT side. That's also strange a little bit when you come into overtime.
Here it comes.
Oh, they're both blind as well at sandbags, but this, oh, what a transfer back from Nico. Get out. He controls Banana. Monacy's gone down. Can JT really defend this? They spam through. He doesn't take a whole lot. Doesn't take any damage. And he does manage to cross over to look through the crack. But this pulls Halzerk on rotation.
But he should send Halzerk back. If you're JT at this point, you have to make a decision. You have to take a risk. He's putting the rotation to him. This creates a huge vacuum, a huge gap towards A-Long. That's not being utilized by G2 quite yet. But Floppy, even though he's been pristine this entire game, is completely alone. Luckily for him, G2 elects for a different decision, different direction, and it's actually going to be right into the stack of Complexity.
Halzerk takes a shot, drops a Molotov, might make things a little bit easier for JT. This rides on this.
It's in the star.
Yeah, here comes the utility. They know they're in the right place. Holzerk, oh, he grabs it just before the smoke plumes. There's the Molotov drop, and JT up above on the boxes. Oh, he can't find Hunter. That had to be a must-win battle. And what do you do if you're Holzerk? There's 13 seconds. P250 is out. Surely you're not able to spam that kill. Blind shot doesn't work. Scoped up another one. Hunter creeps closer, and they've got a double stack, and Alper can't handle this. That's the round. G2 is going to have 2 map points. Complexity already had 5, so it's fair game. Can they pull things?
Complexity now throwing caution to the wind. 3 players very committed, and Grim just one-hit himself, and this could have just been it. He could have sent the map away. 3v4, Holzerk is going to try to save the honor of his teammate, but that one is probably already gone.
Look at Elise.
Oh, it's all gone apart. I can't look. Jason, tell me what's happening. My eyes are closed.
It's, as the kids say, it's Jover.
Did they hit each other with the incendiary and then it dropped
I
close?
guess,
Or
but that's like 100-0 self-Molotov.
Is that 100-0?
I felt like it.
no, there was an assist from
There must have
one
been-
of
there
the
must have been
Ts.
some damage.
An HE, I think, to slow them down or something.
Oh my god, what a way to lose a map.
I'm devastated.
What a way to lose a map. Gonna give it one last go. You kind of have to. Nade is out. Floppy's gonna activate, gets 1, 3 more to find. Not enough time on the bomb timer. There are kits in play, but there goes another. Holzerk is down. Floppy with 33 kills and what should be a loss, but he almost pulls it back. Floppy almost makes
In the meanwhile, and also it's kind of tough to go to nuke when
That's
G2
what I thought. I thought that was a
is in
respect.
question. Yeah, sort of a respect ban. But I think just for G2, it's probably, I don't know, it feels like Ancient at this time might even be their 3rd best map.
Okay, well, interesting challenge ahead for Complexity. They're going to be starting on the T side. We did knife for sides. You guys got to see that in the break. G2, dualies over to JKS. A smoke as well. Him and Hunter going to double up in towards Donut. Looks like Complexity want to execute a split. 3 out middle, 2 in towards A main. But they got to get past Hunter and JKS first.
Yeah, they're going to let Elige clean up the area just a little bit. He's gone Surge. I don't even think a lot of utility will be used before he gets that information. That's just a smoke towards window. JKS, immediate protocol reaction, and the push has to come to a halt. Do you actually take the risk of crossing that smoke in a pistol round? I don't think you do, and that's why we see them slowing down the pace slightly.
I think you also want to find a way, if you're Complexity, to have a little bit of presence or pressure elsewhere, right? Like make it look like you might go up towards Cave, but at the moment just standing pat. No shift from either team, really, as the smoke's clear. Complexity can just walk back up and do exactly the same thing.
Now there's a bit of a clock on it. G2 is gathering information towards B lane, so that hit is going to come at the right time for Complexity. They only have 2 defenders in front of them, but as 3 guns. Information gathered from Floppy. JKS finds 1, and a 2nd kill. Beautiful work.
Oh, they never expected Floppy to come from the bomb site itself. They were set up to stop middle. And Elige is left in Donut to handle this late push through. Spots 2. He's got his P250. Floppy comes to join up, and they both go down. They both get eliminated by Monacy and Nico, and JT is left holding the bag. 1v3. And so much time for G2 to make this work. Somehow still alive. Going to start tapping the bomb. Hooksy goes down. 2 more, but so hard to manage around that box.
Honestly, how measured they were in their approach of retaking Donut. Elige was just calmly waiting with the P250, and he tried to dance around. He tried to find angles to let it scream, but wasn't meant to be. Great work from G2, great retake, and as Yanko was mentioning, the ordeal on today's menu is to survive this force buy. In today's economy, winning the pistol on the CD side and getting reset is horrifying. It's a terrible moment.
And Grim on his favorite Galil. Let's see if he has a little bit more luck this time around.
That's a throwback to Inferno.
Yeah, a little bit.
I like it, yeah. Let's see what he can do. Nico's parked against the wall. Hooksy playing in towards Cave, which means this is more of a retake setup, and Nico might still be able to get some work done. It all helps to allow Hooksy to be activated with the SMG, and he tracks Holzerk in the air.
Huge timing.
Plucks him out of the sky, and the hit falls flat for Complexity. Inside the site is just 1, and Elige 1v3. A long way to go, but over in Cave, he might have a chance. Would you expect the second player? Kind of, a little bit.
On the CT side and grabs that third kill, making sure that G2 is remaining with an advantage number all the way through.
All the way through. Elige turning the corner. Oh, I can't find the kill on the Hunter, who recovers in time for a double. And now the hit falls back. It's got to be through A. And JKS is going to be waiting at the entrance to Donut. Nico shifting over as well. m0NESY and HooXi with full mid control. Should be nice and easy. Should be. A little mistiming for JKS, but handles the spray. Grim transfers over to the M4. He could do a little bit of economic damage. No way he gets the plant, and m0NESY
Clearing mid, that's why all the rotations were on time towards B. Will be good for them if they can keep it up.
Great commit towards middle. The damage onto Elige is instrumental. 65 HPs taken straight from the get-go. JT sort of abandoned by Floppy in that map control retake. You feel like he's going to be a lamb rather, driven to the slaughter right here.
Ooh, a nade kill.
Get out. He stays alive. A huge burn.
Oh, Nico can do more. He wants to stick around. They've got JT boxed in. m0NESY up from middle towards Cave is going to start shrinking, but it's Hunter who'll be under the most pressure. Over towards the A bomb site. He's done a little, or I should say a lot of damage onto Holzerk, down to 2 health, and they're just going to go for it. They realize 2 players. They might have missed a timing, though. m0NESY's already in Donut. Good opening kill, but will you expect m0NESY to be at the off angle? Picks off the head of Grim, takes off Elige, and it's just Holzerk with the op, 2 health.
To come back, and even if Hunter falls immediately, which in itself was kind of exceptional, the retake was already here.
Ooh, they beat the nades, they beat the Molotovs a little bit. Nico in that same spot, blinded so he can only get 1. Drive-by from Grim, who has a chance. Ooh, but he uses a smoke instead. Hunter now in a position of activity. Again, only gets 1. Again, traded off. And that smoke is going to block off m0NESY's access, but JKS coming from behind. This could be everything. Complexity not really aware of the possibility just yet. m0NESY shifting around as well. And JKS will play before anyone's in position. Floppy in the corner, spotted, taken down. Elige, his position found out, and there's m0NESY's shifts.
That's going to seep in, perhaps. Just take a breather, you know, talk it through.
Yeah, he's given him a lot of room, TC, to give his players to work themselves out of this, and it's not going to work, at least initially, in this round 6. Mid-control and aggression works out perfectly. Floppy jumping up, spots 1 at top ramp. That's Nico. That's a beautiful nade.
They still have mid-control firmly installed, which means Complexity is a little bit claustrophobic. That kill will help balance things out just a little bit, and it also forces G2 to give up on that mid position. So finally Complexity has a little bit of room to play with.
Yeah, that kill and the utility starting to fade away, and they don't want to be stuck in mid with nothing to protect them. Grim has very low HP, so he turns into this mid lurk. JT and Floppy going to try and take late cave control. This push could be everything Holzerk wants. Oh, he just started moving.
Oh no.
It's all gone horribly wrong, and now you can double swing. You can double swing and trade another kill, and JT will not be aware of that position from Nico. It's all done. He held back.
I can't believe they're not taking a timeout. You're 6-0 down on the decider map. You're playing your T side. What are you saving them for?
That's a great question.
Like, sure, maybe, you know, JT is calling something already and he knows what he wants to do. It's not even about that. You don't need to say anything. Like, you don't need to give a call.
Here comes the aggression, keeps coming in from G2. HooXi almost had the timing. JT is once again asked to handle this aggression. It's a bit more timid and measured, and middle this time around is actually open for business if you're Complexity. I don't think they've realized it, but they can actually grab all of that map control.
It feels like so much utility from Complexity has been spent just to keep them alive, just to keep them safe.
They've been under so much pressure.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of work, G2, over towards this B lane. Miss Smoke makes things a little bit awkward looking towards Donut. Another one comes in towards Red Room. Still one smoke to work with, and oh my lord.
Surely now he'd break his mouse. Surely his mouse is broken now.
Yeah, probably. That little pink mouse is not having a good time. It's staring death in the face every time he lifts his hand. Floppy has a little bit of space on ramp, but everyone has backed off from G2. Very passive, retake-centric focus. And a boost coming in. Floppy, oh, takes down the totem pole.
He did the Amelia.
Goes for the bottom one first, and Hooksy's gonna get flashed around the corner. He's got JT close up. Oh, and he just continues spraying. JT walks into it. Still a doable retake. Utility being passed off to Hooksy. Smoke, Molotov, and nade. And here it comes. m0NESY and JKS to attend through short. Floppy smoked off. Vision denied, so he steps through another double. And Grim finds
a double-double.
All in the same spot. All
great.
4 kills in the same
great
spot.
From Floppy.
Yeah, he's loving it.
And financially, G2 is not out of the woods at all. In fact, they've been winning all of these rounds, but it's been relatively tight. And here you have the MP9 being used to being pushed. Hunter finds 2 immediately off the back of the flash, but JT cleans up.
m0NESY's going to come in late, and he's got an M4. JT might think this is clear, so even though the kills go the way of Complexity, m0NESY has a lot of information. Oh, if he could just catch one and fall back, that'd be everything. JT coming in. Oh, this is awkward. Oh, they find him at the last second. Thankfully, Grim heads up, able to fire off a couple bullets, and that's access to the bomb site. And as you mentioned, that's G2's economy completely depleted. If they get that kill and JT goes down, like even if m0NESY gets that kill, like that actually is pretty huge. That gives JKS some time to shift over. Here we got a little A main push. Galil not going to do the job, so
That's
Halzer.
Gonna feel good.
Oh, his mouse is
That's
so
gonna
happy
feel
right now.
good.
Yeah, his mouse is just like, thank God.
Please, I can't take this anymore.
1 HP on old Halsey. Hunter and Hooksy playing backup, seeing if Complexity is going to get lured into an attack, and it doesn't even matter. Hunter goes searching with the flashbang. It's just Hooksy. Complexity will know there's at least one more somewhere in the site. A flashbang from Halzerk nets them the site in the round. So Complexity now just 3 back from G2.
Probably the first time in this map of Ancient that Complexity's heartbeat come back to a somewhat normal pulse.
Sure.
We're getting there. Deep breath, perspiration under control.
Yeah. Breathing exercises doing their work.
But you actually feel like you're in this game. I would probably argue that the first 6 rounds must have felt like a dream or a blur, but everything was going so fast and you'd feel like G2 was always the one commanding now.
Scenario. And we play on into round 10. Elysian middle, Grim, Floppy, and Halzerk towards A main. They're going right at m0NESY. And that AWP is intimidating, but if he gets into trouble, he's got no utility to speak of to help him out, and he's got no teammates nearby to help him out.
But the lack of smoke should tip Complexity. Surely there has to be some sort of flash or something. They must know if there is no smoke, there is a risk, and they don't seem to be in order. m0NESY will find the first kill easily. Can he add another one? He dances around the box's weight. He has to be pulled out by the fire. And he's definitely got time to reposition. More fire, more flashes, but they will allow him generously to live on.
Yeah, well, m0NESY ever since towards the closing stages of Inferno has been great in opening kills. Nico, that angle, perfect for him. Dink and a cleanup immediately. So Complexity have lost both the engagements on the extremities of the map. And now m0NESY's in position to punish them in middle. Perfect rotation, perfect mobility from this defense. And G2 has no stress in this round.
Oof. We just heard
That was beautiful.
Yeah, you like that?
Absolutely beautiful. I think you nailed it. There is absolutely nothing they have to worry about. Pam!
Except for the one taps. Well, you still have a long way to go. I say there is a bit of an opening. Hooksy pushed up towards Cave. If Floppy can find that kill, he's forcing him back into the arms of Halzerk. G2 doesn't seem aware that mid has been this exposed. Hooksy now.
Who are you to doubt Hooksy? Who are you to think?
Why is everything
He doesn't
I say
see the
just going
cheese coming.
opposite? Yeah.
Trying to 6-pull him from base? Hell no.
He was ready. Is that a StarCraft 2 reference you just
It
busted out on
is.
me? I didn't even know you had that in you. I didn't know you had that in.
Zero utility and zero information gathering on it. You have to be careful about an AWP.
Oh, dude, anytime there's not a smoke in any of like the main bomb site choke points, I think there's an op on the other side.
I think maybe they didn't think he had the money because
that's
it
the only
was a
thing.
hard reset, but they didn't know he saved money in the bank, right? So
Boost up in return, and Nico's ready for it. There's m0NESY again with another pick to Halzerk, getting a little bit frisky. Ooh, takes his time, tracks over,
him.
ripping off faces of Complexity.
well, that's that.
It's time to pack it up. m0NESY is activated. We waited a little bit of time, but now he's firmly over.
For this round, at least they took a timeout, Jason.
At least they took the timeout. We'll take what we can get at the moment from Complexity.
But
Down
small
5,
victories.
4 rounds still to play. Plenty of opportunities for Complexity to get into this half.
But the way the rounds have happened, it really feels like Complexity are a little bit constricted in what they can do. What have they been successful in? It's been what? Floppy with an incredible double kill, or double kill rather. That's actually what kick-started. It's not like they've been taking map control and they've been sort of checkmating G2 by having tactical moves. It wasn't really like that, so I do worry a little bit about Monacy. Good start to the round once again. Where's the AWP is gone? Give him back his AWP, damn it. JKS, what are you doing?
This is a weird turn of events. Op in the hands of JKS. He has it towards Donut. He's mollied out of position. Let's see what JKS can do with the op. He's kind of had to smoke himself out just to escape. I think there's a crack around that smoke for A main. But Complexity at the moment, with all this counter utility, is a little stalled out, looking for a gift that nobody is giving them. And JKS can slide right back into position. Hunter can take the initiative. One more in Donut. Elige creeping up around the smoke. Hunter's got another. Calls out the position.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Selfless counter-strike.
Well, Complexity's probably wondering what it takes right now at the moment. They've been stopped cold.
Comes the train.
Oh, they're not stopping for Hooksy. He's going to have a battle. Dinked up, traded off by Elige. Nico slides over, 1-for-1 again, but it's Hunter's turn. And can he succeed where the others have failed? He's got one at a ramp. Oh, and he delivers. What a spin.
It's beautiful.
It's so clean.
And once again, he's here on time. We've been talking about it. When G2 is in the...
My man can't catch a break.
Do be like that sometimes.
10-3 now. Complexity still with 3 timeouts for that CT side comeback.
Oh, no. Oh. Come on, let's give us a game. The mid-aggression from G2 is going to go uncontested. They have completely, not really abandoned the A side, but it's a full-on retake position with Monacy towards CT spawn, which allowed them to play with 3 very committed rifles towards B lane. Complexity are playing very passively, very...
G2's been able to control this part of the map whenever they've wanted it.
This whole time.
I think JT stopped them once, and that's all I can really think of.
And this was still off the back of an aggression. It's not like they completely stopped them. It was a reaction to G2 being completely committed to it whatsoever. So now the late mid-take is going to come from Complexity. That's a little bit of a new flavor, not something we've seen too many times in this game. G2 still very committed to it. It's going to be Hunter, tip of the spear with the AK, put down immediately by Grim. Not a name that we've mentioned too much in this game.
They're so ready to fight in middle, though. Hooksy comes right through it. And him and JKS look like they're positioning for a fight. Oh, awkward. Elige just pulls out knife, a nade. The op can't transfer over. JT again trying his best, his damnedest to pick up the pieces. But Monacy is so on point. 16-6. Which leaves Floppy alone. At least he has the bomb, but he also has Nico at this site to deal with.
But he's Floppy.
But he is.
And that means something
Floppy.
today.
Yeah, it means something this week.
Although a little bit of more time would come in handy for him to figure out this situation.
Can I please have 10 extra seconds on the clock?
Could I get an extra 10?
Plant's coming in. Nico's going to walk out of cave. Actually,
to a third map. So when things start going wrong at the start of the game, you have to cut it in its root. You have to try to do something to keep your team in it, sort of to help them mentally reset. Sure, maybe they're just too early in their development as a team to be able to overcome that, but you need to help them.
And Monacy is not helping them at all. In fact, he is striking. He sees the prey, he tastes the blood, and he knows he's a shark and they're in the ocean. The boat is gone, the ship is gone, no one is coming to save them.
The lettuce is all over the floor, the bun, the tomatoes. Only the mayonnaise survived.
And nobody likes the mayonnaise.
I love it.
I do like mayonnaise.
I know you too, dude.
Why do you say that in such a derogatory way? It's like, I know you like mayonnaise.
I like mayonnaise too, just like on a sandwich, not like dipping my fries. Well,
it would be a nice little topping here for Complexity if they could win this final round at the very least. We all know Zonic's Law in level 4, most dangerous scoreline. Halzer is like, I just want a kill.
Here to save. Nico is relatively safe on the B side. And the other half of the glass truly is empty for a Complexity fan, sort of haunted by the ghost of yesteryear, Ebenezer Scrooge here.
The chocolate milk's gone.
Exactly. It's too calm, it's too quiet, it's too timid. We'd like to see a bit more fire from Complexity. It's one of the factors that we talked about. They need to bring in the fight to G2. They need to stay alive in this game.
Well, they're looking like they might be able to at least grab the pistol. They've got good smokes, good Molotov to give them some safety inside this site, but it might not stop the boost. And Hunter, that lurk is powerful. It is powerful coming in. You can feel it. Hunter coming in hot and nobody paying attention. Oh, he's got so many free kills. 2 go down. It's not done yet. Good trade from Nico. And a 2-on-2 descends. Flank spotted out, and now it's all on Nico. Listening for sound. He knows he's got to find one to the left. There's no kit, so he's got time to work with. Needs to be headshots first as his. Uh-oh, never expected it. Thought Holzer could cross. The second player was over at the bomb as well, and that's a defuse for Complexity. A good retake.
Just had it meaned out.
A good buy for Complexity to sort of start their comeback too, because if they are able to win this round and they'll start building up their economy.
Out mid. Hunter crossing behind the donut smoke. Hooksy is there in support as well, waiting to see these smokes clear and what they've got on the other side. Hooksy with the Tech 9 can be the aggressor. They're going to attempt to split at the A bomb site. Defense is already shifting. Alige can't get anything done on the initial contact. He's taken down, but Grim gets 2. Now he can turn and address the bomb site itself, and he's got teammates with him, although they're all blind, and now they're Molotoved off, and at least a plant for G2.
Nico has to find that kill onto Floppy. His position is gravy. That's it. Put it immediately under his name. And JKS with the Tech 9 close by. If he could just find one, allow Nico to have a possible clutch. He does stay alive and milks as much time as possible, leaving Nico in the 1v1. Grim, 37 HP.
No kit.
No smoke, no kit. Does he even attempt it? He does. He did find a smoke, actually. Puts down on the bomb, and he's going to have to play the metal game. Do I have a kit? You don't know that. You have to come see me, and I see you through the smoke. Just missed a couple of shots. And he's going to have to be the 10 seconds defuse. I cannot believe this is even possible. Nico finds him, and here comes the reset.
Oh, go take it away.
I would find it difficult to see even G2 losing around like this when they're reset back to 1400, 4 pistols, MP9, not a lot of utility. And already Hunter in a deep position close to Red Room as they're executing B.
Oh, that could go wrong, but JKS handles it. Wanasi falls, but a double kill in return, and Hooksy is patiently waiting in towards Cave. Hunter is clearing out the B bomb site. Grim and Alige are on a very fast flank, but again, without any kind of like real power in this weaponry, it might not matter. JKS is even looking behind him, so a full freeze called by G2.
It's about to pay off as well. JK's had the timing on the leash, but so he sneaks in from behind. 3v4. Ooh, we don't like to see this.
No, it's over. It's
Dejected
done.
look, dejected face, dejected fail.
Nick, that's that scoreline where like you almost feel like there's no right or wrong answer for Complexity. Like you almost want them to buy here just because you can't really play for overtime when you're down 11 rounds.
No,
Sure.
The good thing is this is a seeding game. They're already in the
That's
playoffs,
correct.
and there'll be definitely a lot to be talked through in regards to, you know, sure, some of the stuff related to Counter-Strike, but a lot more related to the behavior and the mental side of things.
Because this had happened in the past, right? When this roster came together, there were a couple of very frustrating events, and we saw that frustration. And I thought, this is going to be a problem, but I will allow them the time to come up with a better game plan, and hopefully when they play better Counter-Strike, the mentality will be better, which I think they had showcased.
Cloud9, the next day that got him into the playoffs. This is going to end. This loss to G2 in this series will end an 8-series win streak for Complexity. Now, a lot of that was done in the North American region, where we know competition isn't exactly up to par. But still, streak coming to an end.
Didn't say anything.
Nico for the entry, and JT is blind. Evens things up, isolates the Cave player. He cannot be involved in the action. That's Floppy, who's just got to sit and wait. And a full infestation of this bomb site. Actually, three players for G2 in this one spot seems a little sketchy. I'm not going to lie to you.
They're just going to swing at some point. They're going to decide when, probably based on the timing of the smoke. They're not going to... I don't believe they're going to fight Cave too much. I mean, they're going to swing one way or the other. I imagine either Cave or long, but there's going to be a wide swing, and it comes towards Cave. Floppy is being put down, and you're going to have to observe that one from the bench.
1, peek!
Oh, it's a slaughter. Alige goes down last. 16-4. G2